Hi, welcome to the Python Primer course. In the last section, we saw why to learn Python and where is it used. In this section, we are going to see what is Python exactly. So Python is a programming language. But what do I mean by programming language? Or what is a programming language exactly? So in simple terms, a programming language is a human readable way to inform computer what to do, like simple counting from 1 to 100 or 1 to 10. In the technical terms, it's defined as a sequence of symbols provided to the computer as an instruction. And set of these instructions collectively is called as a program. So we write these programs and give it to the machine to execute it or a computer to execute it. But then is there any type of programming language or what kind of different programming languages are available? So there are majorly two types of programming languages, compiled and interpreted. In compiled languages, a source code or a program that you write is given to a software program called as compiler, which converts this code into machine readable instruction sets and then gives you the executable file. Whereas in case of interpreter, you give the source code to the software program called as an interpreter, which reads the program line by line and executes directly onto the machine. So let's see the difference between the two. So in compiled language, we create a source code and save it in a some file. Then we compile that source code, which will be given to the compiler that will check all the syntaxes into a file and then convert this source file into a binary file. Then we use a linker to turn this binary file into the executable file. And then we run that executable file so that we can get the output. Whereas in case of interpreted languages, a test file or a test source is actually written in bits and pieces and directly executed by the interpreter. So once we are confident about the program execution, then we collect all those bits and pieces together, put it in a source file, and then our application gets completed. We can directly then execute that application. That is the difference between compiled language and an interpreted language. So which type of programming language is Python exactly? So Python is an interpreted interactive beginner's language. Now we already saw what is an interpreted language, but what is interactive and beginner's language? So let's break down those technical words. Interpreted, as I already explained, it's the language which is processed at the runtime by the interpreter, or your program is processed at the runtime by the interpreter. In case of interactive, we get a prompt, so basically a Python prompt, and we interact with that prompt directly, writing one line at a time and execute it directly with the interactive prompt. It's beginner's language because we it's more of a like an English language, so we get to easily read and understand the program. Python is also called as a scripting language. But what is a scripting language exactly? So scripting language is nothing but a wrapper language that integrates your operating system functions or operating system functionalities. So the interpreter is a layer of software logic between your source code and the computer hardware on your machine. So it acts as a wrapper, hence it is also called as a wrapper language or a scripting language. So in layman terms or in simple terms, we can say that Python is a readable, dynamic, pleasant, flexible, fast, and powerful scripting language. I hope that you understand what is a Python now. In the next section, we are going to see how Python got created, who created it, when it was created, and how it has progressed till now. Okay, see you soon.